At second base, number 12, Kayla McCoy. The catcher, number 22, Julia Cedar. The right fielder, number 15, Abby Fortin. The designated player, number 17, Ashley Melendez. First baseman, number 21, Gianna Gatto. The third baseman, number 5, Megan Sneeden. The shortstop, number 7, Alexandra Laird. The center fielder, number 8, Claire Travis. The left fielder, number 4, Samantha Maroney. And in the circle, pitching is number 13, Hannah Olszewski. The assistant coaches for the Pioneers are Carla Campagna, Ali Fishwood, and Megan Butterworth. The head coach of LIU Post is Jamie Apicella. Now let's meet the home team on the scoreboard, the Mavericks of Mercy. The starting lineup, the designated player, number 1, Erica Handegard. Right fielder, number 17, Janelle Wade. Second baseman, number 15, Scania Lemus. The shortstop, number 41, Julie Gross. Third baseman, number 10, Cassidy Wooten. The center fielder, number 3, Destiny Bullock. Left fielder, number 22, Morgan Lloyd. The first baseman, number 33, Kendall Meeks. The catcher, number 5, Katie Golino. And in the circle, pitching is number 46, Michele Cusimano.
And welcome back to the 7th and deciding game of the ECC Softball Championship. LIU Post and Mercy about to do battle with an ECC crown on the line. Let's get the lineups for LIU Post to start. It's the same lineup they've been using throughout the tournament. Kayla McCoy leads off, plays second base. Julia Cedars, the catcher, she bats second. Abby Fortin bats third and plays right field. The designated player, Ashley Melendez, cleans up. Gianna Gatto bats fifth and plays first base. Megan Sneeden hits sixth and plays third. Alexandra Laird, the shortstop, bats seventh. Batting eighth is Claire Travis, the center fielder. And batting ninth is the left fielder, Samantha Maroney. And in the circle for Mercy is Michele Cusimano. I was a little surprised she actually didn't start the first game, as she had pitched every inning so far of the tournament for the Mavericks. On the season, she's 8-3 with a 2.02 ERA in 90 innings pitched. She's allowed 77 hits and has struck out 64 batters. And in the tournament so far, she's 2-0, 15 innings pitched. Allowed only 2 earned runs, struck out 11, and has a 0.93 ERA. So about to start here. Mercy looking for their first ever ECC championship. And the Pioneers are looking to win for the first time since 2014. So it all comes down to this. Light rain has started to fall here in Dobbs Ferry. We're on the campus of Mercy College. They've done a great job hosting, with a day at Malloy mixed in between due to the weather. And Cusimano's on the rubber, and the first pitch is low in the dirt for ball one. McCoy was 1 for 3 in the first game, scored 2 runs. She shows bunt there, but that one misses. So she's quickly ahead in the count, 2-0. And the 2-0 from Cusimano. Low again. So 3-0 count to start the game here for McCoy. Cusimano has a nice drop ball, as we've seen earlier in the tournament. It's been a little bit low on her first few pitches here. And the 3-0 is outside, and McCoy draws a leadoff walk. That brings Julia Cedar to the plate.
22, Julia Cedar.
Cedar's had many big hits here in the tournament so far for the Pioneers, and no different in game 1 of the day as she had an RBI double. It was her only hit of the game, though. She went 1 for 3. And she takes that one over the inside part of the plate for strike 1. And Cusimano's 0-1 is low and away, so it counts even at 1-1. Cedar was the co-ECC Player of the Year. Had over 400 batting average coming into play today. Was second in the league with 12 home runs. And that one's lifted to center field, but not deep. And Destiny Bullock ranges to her left to make the catch. So that's the first out of the game. And that brings Abby Fortin to the plate.
The right fielder, number 15, Abby Fortin.
Fortin was the ECC Rookie of the Year after leading the league in home runs during the regular season. And had been struggling in the ECC tournament until she picked up a single in her last at-bat in the first game. And she takes Cusimano's first pitch for strike 1. And the 0-1, Fortin tries to bunt. She misses. So she's now quickly behind the count 0-2. She shows bunt again. But pulls back and swings through a drop ball for the second out of the inning.
Designated player, number 17, Ashley Melendez.
Ashley Melendez steps to the plate. And the first pitch to her misses low. Melendez was 0 for 3 in our first game of the day. She hits that one in the hole between short and third. And a nice play by Julie Gross to fire across the diamond for the third and final out here in the top of the first inning. The Pioneers got the leadoff hitter on, but Mercy left her stranded. We're through a half inning here in the deciding game of the ECC Softball Championship. The score is LIU Post 0 and Mercy coming to bat.
This is LIU Post.
We are pioneers in spirit
and in practice,
on the boards,
and beyond borders.
This is LIU Post,
a leader in business,
an international destination for the arts,
an engine of experiential education,
where entrepreneurs get their start,
accomplished alumni give back,
and innovative degree programs connect
for a 360-degree view of the world.
This is LIU Post,
where the pioneering spirit soars. LIU Post.
We head to the bottom of the first. Let's get you Mercy's lineup. Leading off is a designated player, Erica Handegard. Batting second is the right fielder, Janelle Wade. Scania Lemus bats third and plays second base. Cleanup hitter is Julie Gross, playing shortstop. Cassidy Wooten bats fifth and plays third base. The six-hole hitter is Destiny Bullock. She plays center field. Morgan Lloyd bats seventh, plays left field. Kendall Meeks is hitting eighth, and she plays first base. And the catcher, Katie Golino, is batting ninth. And in the circle for the Pioneers is Hannah Olszewski. Olszewski started game one today and has started every game in the tournament so far for the Pioneers. And her first pitch is inside for ball one to Handegard. Handegard's making her first appearance here in the ECC tournament. She takes that one over the plate for strike one. This is just Handegard's 22nd start on the year. She was a 154 hitter coming into play today. 4 hits and 26 at bats. And that one's high for ball 2. And that one's over the plate, so the count's now even at 2-2 to Handegard to lead off things here for the Mavericks in the bottom of the first. That one just misses, so the count runs full. And the payoff is grounded to third. And across the diamond by Sneeden for the first out.
Right fielder, number 17, Janelle Wade.
That brings Janelle Wade to the plate. She was 1 for 3 with a single in our first game today. She fouls that one down the third baseline. Skipping out of the way is ECC Coach of the Year, Mike Fazio. With the ground a little wet after that foul ball, Olszewski asks for another one. And she's back on the rubber. And that one just misses outside. This counts even at 1-1. And the 1-1 to Wade. Just misses the inner part of the plate. That one's grounded to third. Sneeden with another chance, and she fires across the diamond once again. So 2 groundouts to third to start the inning for the Mavericks.
Second baseman, number 15, Scania Lemus.
And that brings the 3-hitter, Scania Lemus, to the plate. Lemus is really far up in the box against Olszewski and dancing around a little bit. And that one's over the inner part of the plate. And the 0-1. Grounded up the middle, McCoy fields. And Gatto with a nice scoop at first to retire the side. So we're through 1 full inning in the winner-take-all Game 7 of the ECC Softball Championship. We head to the second with the score LIU Post 0, Mercy 0.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Gianna Gatto, who made that nice play to end the bottom of the first, leads things off here in the top of the second.
The first baseman, number 21, Gianna Gatto.
Gatto was 1 for 2 and reached base 3 times in our first game of the day. And she hits on hard ground ball up the middle. Nice play by Lemus with the diving stop and throws the first just in time to get Gatto. So heck of a play there by Lemus to start things off here.
Third baseman, number 5, Megan Sneeden.
And Megan Sneeden steps to the plate. Sneeden had a huge 3-run double in the first game for the Pioneers. She swings through a drop ball there to start off this at bat. And swings through another drop ball. So 0-2 count to Sneeden. And Cusimano tried to go even lower with that one, but Sneeden held up. So 1-2 count. 1 out here in the top of the second inning. And Cusimano's 1-2. Swung through again for strike 3. So that's the second strikeout of the game for Cusimano. And 2 quick outs for the Pioneers here.
Shortstop, number 7, Alexandra Laird.
Alexandra Laird steps to the plate. Takes out one low for ball 1. Laird was 1 for 3 in the first game with a single and a walk. And that one hits the outside corner. So 1-1 count here. Laird fouls that one off and is now behind the count 1-2. And another strikeout for Cusimano to end the top of the second. We're through 1.5 with the score still 0-0. You're watching the ECC Softball Championship on the ECC YouTube network.
I started working in the family business after high school, but soon realized I wanted more. Then I transferred to Mercy College and everything changed. I learned from leaders of top global companies and was the CEO of a student business. With great career counseling,
I had internships at 2 Fortune 500 companies, one of which led to a full-time job.
transferring to Mercy was the best decision of my life. I'm Anthony Sicaranza, class of 2015, and a full-time compensation and benefits analyst.
Leading off for the Mavericks, the shortstop, number 41, Julie Gross.
Julie Gross leading things off here for the Mavericks in the top of the second inning. Gross hit her second home run of the year earlier in the game. Swinging at the first pitch there. Fouls it off the backstop. And the 0-1 from Olszewski. Just misses the outside corner. Counts even here at 1-1. That one does hit the inner part of the plate. So Gross is behind now, 1-2. That's well outside. So 2-2 count here to Gross, leading off the top of the second inning. Gross well out in front of an off-speed pitch there. Fouls it down the third baseline. And the 2-2. Hit hard up the middle, but right at McCoy. And she makes the play over to first for the first out here in the bottom of the second.
Third baseman, number 10, Cassidy Wooten.
And Cassidy Wooten steps to the plate. She had a sac fly in game number 1 today. And rips that one up the middle for a single. So first hit and base runner of the game for the Mavericks.
Center fielder, number 3, Destiny Bullock.
Destiny Bullock steps to the plate. Pioneers in at the corners, maybe expecting a bunt. She shows no signs of that and takes the first pitch for strike 1. And that one's low and away, so the count's even now 1-1. And she does bunt this time. And Gatto was letting that one go foul, but at the last second decided to field it and make the tag. So Bullock gets a sac bunt. Runner moves down to second. And ECC Co-Player of the Year steps to the plate now. Morgan Lloyd. Lloyd was 0 for 2 in the first game of the day. And she hits that one deep to center field, and it's off the base of the wall. So extra bases for Lloyd. And an RBI double gives the Mavericks an early 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. So Lloyd, who had been struggling a little bit so far in this tournament, was only 2 for 9 before that at bat, after leading the ECC in hitting with a .440 average. Comes up with a big 2-out RBI double to give the Mavericks the lead here in the second inning. Now Kendall Meeks steps to the plate. Meeks had a walk-off single yesterday and takes that first pitch for ball 1. And that one's in there. So the count's now even at 1-1. Ooh, that one just misses the inner part of the plate. So Meeks ahead in the count, 2-1. Meeks also hit a home run the first game of the tournament. And swings through an off-speed pitch there. So 2-2 count to Meeks, 2 out and runner on second. And Olszewski sets her down on strikes to end the bottom of the second inning, but not before Mercy strikes first on an RBI double from Morgan Lloyd. And after 2 innings, Mercy leads LIU Post 1-0. You're watching the ECC Softball Championship on the ECC YouTube channel.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
Claire Travis leads things off here for the Pioneers to start the third inning. She had an eventful first game with a single sac fly and reached on a catcher's interference. And Cusimano's first pitch. A little low for ball 1. And the 1-0. High and outside. Travis steps back in after getting the signs from LIU Post head coach Jamie Apicella. And that one's in there for a strike. A 2-1 count to Travis to start the top of the third. And she swings through a drop ball to even the count at 2-2. And the 2-2. Fisted out to Cusimano, who flips underhand over to Meeks at first for the first out here in the top of the third.
Left fielder, number 4, Samantha Maroney.
That brings Samantha Maroney to the plate. And once again, Mercy in their 4 outfielder defensive alignment, as they have all weekend with slap hitters at the plate. And Maroney almost runs right into that one, but hops out of the way at the last second. And the 1-0. That one's over the inner part of the plate for strike 1. Maroney taps that one out in front of the mound. And way too fast down the line as Wooten just eats that after she fields it. So an infield single for Maroney.
Second baseman,
And we swing around to the top of the Pioneers lineup and Kayla McCoy. Cusimano's back on the rubber. Gets the sign. And the first pitch to McCoy, she showed bunt, but pulls back. Takes that for ball 1. You have to wonder if McCoy bunts Maroney over here, if first base is open, if Mercy might decide to intentionally walk Julia Cedar, as she has been intentionally walked twice in this tournament. McCoy takes that one over the outer part of the plate. She showed bunt, then pulled back. She gets a sign from head coach Jamie Apicella. And fouls that one off. The Pioneers actually have an interesting sign system. They're all wearing wristbands, and Coach Apicella flashes numbers to them instead of traditional signs like you might see in softball and baseball. But 1-2 count, and McCoy hits another foul ball. Cusimano's 1-2. Swung through and missed on the drop ball. That ball really seems to be moving a lot as the Pioneers are swinging over it. That's Cusimano's 4th strikeout of the game.
Number 22, Julia Cedar.
And brings Julia Cedar to the plate. Cedar hits a little looper to left field, and that is down for a base hit. So runners on first and second now with 2 outs. And Abby Fortin stepping to the plate.
Right fielder, number 15, Abby Fortin.
the first pitch to Fortin is over the outside corner for strike one. Fortin swings through that one, and Cusimano's way ahead in the count here, 0-2. And yet another strikeout for Cusimano. That's 5 for her through 3 innings. And she works out of a jam with 2 runners on to end the 3rd inning. We're through 2.5 with Mercy leading LIU Post 1-0 in the final game of the ECC Softball Championship.
I started working in the family business after high school, but soon realized I wanted more. Then I transferred to Mercy College and everything changed. I learned from leaders of top global companies and was the CEO of a student business. With great career counseling,
I had internships at 2 Fortune 500 companies, one of which led to a full-time job.
transferring to Mercy was the best decision of my life. I'm Anthony Sicaranza, class of 2015, and a full-time compensation and benefits analyst.
The catcher, number 5, Katie Golino.
Katie Golino leads things off here for Mercy. Golino didn't play our first game today, but she had caught the first 2 games of the tournament. She was 1 for 4 in those 2 games. And the first pitch to her is high and away. Golino's a .236 hitter on the year. And takes that one for strikes. She didn't seem to like that call as she steps out of the box. And has a smile on her face. That one just misses off the plate. So 2-1 count here to Golino starting the 3rd. And Golino's all over an off-speed pitch from Olszewski, but right at Maroney out in left field. So she hit it hard, but that's the first out here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Designated player, number 1, Erica Hendegaard.
And the Mavericks flip around to the top of the lineup, and Erica Handegard. She grounded out to 3rd her first time up. And swings through that pitch from Olszewski. That one's just off the plate, so the count's now even at 1-1. And the 1-1, blowing inside. 2-1 count now to Handegard. That one's fouled into the LIU post dugout. So 2-2 count. And Olszewski delivers the 2-2 and swung through by Handegard for strike 3. So 2 quick outs for Olszewski. And Janelle Wade steps to the plate as the rain starts to drizzle again. And Olszewski's pitch. Off-speed pitch up high. And the 1-0. Just misses low and away. 2-0 count. That one's over for a strike. Wade didn't seem to agree as she shook her head as she walked out of the box. And that pitch actually looked pretty good, but called a ball. Julia Cedar hesitated a little bit, throwing that back to the pitcher as she thought that one was in there. So 3-1 count now to Wade. And that one looked pretty much like the pitch before. It was called a strike. So full count now. And the payoff is low for ball 4. So the Mavericks have a 2-out base runner.
Second baseman, number 15, Scania Lemus.
Scania Lemus steps to the plate. She grounded out to second her first time up. And she takes that off-speed pitch for strike 1. Lima swings and fouls that one away and is quickly in an 0-2 hole. And the 0-2. Weak ground ball too short. Laird makes the throw and a nice stretch by Gatto to retire the side. So we're through 3 full innings, and the score remains Mercy 1, LIU Post 0 at the ECC Softball Championship.
This is LIU Post.
We are pioneers in spirit
and in practice.
On the boards.
And beyond borders.
This is LIU Post.
A leader in business.
An international destination for the arts.
An engine of experiential education.
Where entrepreneurs get their start.
Accomplished alumni give back.
And innovative degree programs connect.
For a 360-degree view of the world.
This is LIU Post.
Where the pioneering spirit soars. LIU Post.
Ashley Melendez leads things off here in the top of the 4th inning. Kaylee Cusimano cruising so far for the Mavericks. She allowed only 2 hits and struck out 5 through 3 innings.
Leading off for the Pioneers, the designated player, number 17, Ashley Melendez.
Melendez grounded to short her first time up. And was 0 for 3 in the first game of the day. So 1-0 count to Melendez. And Cusimano's pitch is hit hard to third base. Nice stop by Wooten. And over to first for the first out. That was almost a thank you kind of play. She stuck her glove down and said thank you that it was in there. Katie Galino, the catcher, was laughing hysterically as she came back to home plate after backing that play up. But a nice play there by Wooten. We have called time here as Jamie Apicella wants to talk to Gianna Gatto. So now Gatto's finally in the box and we're ready to go here. And Cusimano's pitch. High and away. Gatto fouls that one off. Run the count even at 1. And the 1-1. Hit up the middle. Gross ranges to her left and fires across the diamond. So 2 outs. Megan Sneeden steps to the plate.
Megan Sneeden.
She struck out her first time up. And takes that drop ball there for strike 1. Sneeden was one of the Pioneers' Game 1 heroes with a 3-run RBI double. And swings through that pitch. Pioneers are having a lot of trouble with Cusimano's drop ball. Has a ton of movement. And yet another strikeout for Cusimano. So she continues to cruise with another 1-2-3 inning there. And we're through 3.5 with Mercy leading LIU Post 1-0 in the ECC Softball Championship.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Leading off for the Mavericks, the shortstop, number 41, Julie Gross.
Julie Gross gets things started here for the Mavericks in the bottom of the fourth inning. And the first pitch to her is in the dirt for ball one. Gross, 0 for 1 in this game so far, grounded out to second base. Her first at bat. And hits on the ground to short there. Fielded by Laird and across the diamond. So 1 out.
Third baseman.
And Cassidy Wooten comes to the plate. She singled and came around to score the only run of the game so far, her first time up. And Wooten takes the off-speed pitch there for strike one. You can see she's making a face there like she thought she could have really hit that ball, but was a little fooled by the change in speeds. And that one's off the plate. Count 1-1. And Olszewski's 1-1. Another off-speed pitch. He was way out in front. And fouls that down the third base side. Foul and out of play. Every time the ball's put foul down the line, Olszewski gets a new ball. It was raining before. Field might still be a little wet. Doesn't seem to be any rain coming down at the moment. But the 1-2 in the dirt. Just count even now at 2-2. And the 2-2. Fouled in the box. And another 2-2. That one's blown away to run the count full. So here's the payoff pitch to Wooten. Off-speed pitch in the air to right field, and Fortin is under that to make the catch. So 2 outs. And Destiny Bullock steps to the plate.
Center fielder, number 3, Destiny Bullock.
Bullock had a sacrifice bunt her first time up. And takes that one low. And she hits that one on the ground. Laird fields and throws to first. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Pioneers. And we're through 4. We got a close one here in a pitcher's duel with Mercy leading LIU Post 1-0.
I started working in the family business after high school, but soon realized I wanted more. Then I transferred to Mercy College and everything changed. I learned from leaders of top global companies and was the CEO of a student business. With great career counseling,
I had internships at 2 Fortune 500 companies, one of which led to a full-time job.
Transferring to Mercy was the best decision of my life. I'm Anthony Sicaranza, class of 2015, and a full-time compensation and benefits analyst.
Shortstop, number 7, Alexandra Laird.
And we're back for the top of the 5th. This game moving right along. Both pitchers are throwing extremely well. And the bottom of the order coming up here for the Pioneers with Alexandra Laird first in the box. Laird struck out her first time up and takes that one over the plate for strike 1. Cusimano has 6 strikeouts so far on the day. Only allowed 2 hits through 4 shutout innings. And there's a bunt. And it looked like Cusimano did not want to field that and throw to first. She had a throwing error down the first baseline the other day that actually allowed a run to come all the way in to score. But that's a bunt single for Alexandra Laird to start in the 5th here. And I would assume a sacrifice bunt might be coming here, with that being the tying run on first base in a 1-run game. Claire Travis does square. Hops out of the way. Almost gets hit. Nice stop by Galino to keep Laird from going down to second. Travis didn't show bunt till late there. Travis checks her wristband with the signs from Jamie Apicella. Mavericks are coming hard at the corners. Travis does show bunt, pulls back again. There's ahead in the count, 2-0. Coming to Travis. She did not show bunt there and takes a strike over the outer part of the plate. See if the bunt's back on here with a 2-1 count. Mercy seems to think so, as first and third are very tight. And she does bunt. And she fouled it off herself. She was still in the box, though, so just a foul ball. So 2-2 count. And we'll see with 2 strikes if Jamie Apicella leaves the bunt on, or if he lets Travis swing away. Wooten still tight at third. Meeks plays a little back now. And And she is swinging and lifts one to left field and caught by Lloyd. So Travis can't get the runner over.
Samantha Maroney.
And Samantha Maroney steps to the plate. Maroney, a slap hitter. You might see a bunt here again. And the first pitch to her is a bunt attempt. And she stabs at it and misses. It was behind the count 0-1. Mercy has a 4 outfielder alignment, 3 infielders. And Cusimano in the circle. And Maroney does try to bunt. The ball gets away from Galino. And she is out. Laird hesitated for just a second. And that was enough to cost her as Galino with a great throw down to second base. So that goes down as a caught stealing for Laird. I'm not sure what the pitch was. There's a ball. So 1-1 count now. And Maroney hits the ball hard to short. And she fires across the diamond to Lemus covering first. So that goes down as a 6-4. And through 4.5 now, Mercy still maintains a 1-0 lead over LIU Post in the final of the ECC Softball Championship.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
Either catcher or relief pitcher. We'll see how Morgan Lloyd leads things off here for the Mavericks.
Bottom of the 5th inning. The left fielder, number 22, Morgan Lloyd.
Lloyd has driven in the only run of the game so far with an RBI double back in the second. Lloyd's been big for the Mavericks all season. The leading hitter in the ECC and batting average over 440 coming into today. Pitch from Olszewski is outside for ball 1. The 1-0 off-speed pitch. Lloyd well out in front, fouls it off in front of LIU Post dugout. One pitch. That's over the outer part of the plate, so 1-2 count. So 1-2 count here to Lloyd, leading off the bottom of the 5th. Little looper. Tough to see from our vantage point here. That one falls in for a foul ball. Another foul ball by Lloyd. Olszewski has pitched well despite being behind. The 2 hits in the second inning, the only blemishes. And Lloyd hits that up the middle, just out of the reach of Laird and into center field for a leadoff single. So Lloyd is now 2 for 2 after struggling earlier in the tournament. And Kendall Meeks is coming to the plate. And looks like we could have a pitching change for the Pioneers as Katie Humhay trots in from the bullpen. And that will be the change as Humhay comes in for Olszewski.
This is LIU Post.
We are pioneers in spirit
and in practice.
On the boards
and beyond borders.
This is LIU Post.
A leader in business.
An international destination for the arts.
An engine of experiential education.
Where entrepreneurs get their start.
Accomplished alumni give back.
And innovative degree programs connect.
For a 360-degree view of the world.
This is LIU Post.
Where the pioneering spirit soars. LIU Post.
So Katie Humhay into the game for the Pioneers. She's making her 4th appearance in this ECC championship. Has been lights out so far with a 3-0 record, 12 2/3 innings pitched. She's only given up 5 hits and has struck out 16 without allowing an earned run. So she's had quite a ECC championship debut as a freshman. And she comes in with 1 runner on in a big spot here. So the Pioneers trail by 1 with only 6 outs left to mount a comeback. Kendall Meeks puts down the bunt and score that one 5-4. Sacrifice bunt for Meeks. And moves Lloyd down into scoring position with 1 out, and Katie Galino coming to the plate.
The catcher, number 5, Katie Galino.
Galino lined out to left field in her first at bat. That one's over the plate for strike 1. Little looper over Humhay's head. That could be trouble. McCoy fields and doesn't throw. So an infield single for Galino. And now runners at the corners for the Mavericks. And the top of the order coming up. And we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Erica Handegard. Looks like Kaylee Stevens is going to pinch hit. Stevens pitched in the first game today, but this is her first at bat of the ECC tournament.
Pinch hitting for the Mavericks will be number 50, Kaylee Stevens.
Stevens did have 46 at bats on the year, 239 hitter with 11 hits. 1 double, 2 triples, 6 RBI. So huge spot in this game here. And the first pitch from Humhay is up high. Obviously, the Pioneers would love to get out of trouble here without allowing another run, and the Mavericks would love to add on to their lead as we get towards the late innings here. And the 1-0 is low and inside. So 2-0 count now to Stevens. And the 2-0. Fouled straight back. She was right on that one. Good swing for Stevens there, coming in cold off the bench. And the 2-1. She shows bunt, pulls back. And Cedar throws it away into left field, but backing up is Maroney, and she gets to it quickly, so Lloyd stays at third. It looked like Mercy might have had some sort of play on, and Stevens missed the bunt. Lloyd strayed a little too far off third. Cedar came up throwing, but there was really no one there to cover. And thankfully for the Pioneers, they're happy that Maroney was backing that up. But now a 2-2 to Stevens, and she fouls that down the right field line. Out of play. Two to Stevens. Once again, lifted foul and out of play. So good battle here by Stevens. And Stevens chases the high fastball, so a big strikeout there for Humhay. So 2 outs now for Janelle Wade. With runners on second and third. I did miss before that Katie Galino advanced to second on that throw by Cedar. Wade hits the ball on the ground to short. Laird Fields throws to first, and the Pioneers are out of the jam. So, good job there by Humhay to work out of trouble. And through 5 full, we still have a nail-biting pitcher's duel here between the Mavericks and the Pioneers. And we head to the 6th with Mercy holding a 1-0 lead.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
We head to the top of the 6th, and the top of the lineup coming up for the Pioneers.
In the top of the 6th inning, second baseman, number 12, Kayla McCoy.
Kayla McCoy leads us off. McCoy is 0 for 1 on the day. Also had a walk. The sun is starting to peek through for the first time all day. Get some nice weather here for the last few innings. And that first pitch to McCoy is in there for strike one. So Mercy is 6 outs away from an ECC title. The Pioneers need to rally to earn one themselves. And that one's low to even the count at 1-1. And that one's high and away. So 2-1 count here to McCoy. Julia Cedar, the ECC Player of the Year, awaiting on deck. And the 2-1 is foul down the third baseline. So it counts even now to McCoy. And Cusimano deals a 2-2. Just foul on the left side of third base. Wooten made a diving stab at it. And that just missed going over the bag for extra bases down into the corner. But still a 2-2 count here to McCoy. And the 2-2. Lifted in the air to center. Going back is Bullock, and she cannot get to it. So McCoy slides into second base with a leadoff double. And that brings Julia Cedar to the plate, who's had handful of big hits here this weekend for the Pioneers.
Number 22, Julia Cedar.
And you have to wonder, with some of the other hitters behind her not doing nearly as well, if they might put her on here. You never want to put the go-ahead run on base. They don't look to be intentionally walking her. And she swings and hits the first pitch into right field for a single. They hold McCoy at third. But the Pioneers have something going here. Runners in the corners with nobody out.
Right fielder, number 15, Abby Fortin.
Big spot here for Abby Fortin. She's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts so far today. She's showing bunt. And fouls the first pitch. Cusimano's been peppering Fortin with drop balls all day. Fortin takes a deep breath there as she steps into the plate. And the 0-1. Fouled right between the legs of LIU post head coach Jamie Apicella. So an 0-2 count to Fortin. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Pioneers still trail 1-0. And the 0-2. In the dirt, nice stop by Galino. Keeps McCoy at third base. So way ahead in the count, they try to get Fortin to chase. And Cusimano did a good job of trusting her catcher to stop that. So now the 1-2 to Fortin. Drop ball again gets Fortin swinging. So 1 out now. And Ashley Melendez at the plate.
Designated player.
And Apicella calls time. Walks down the line to talk to Melendez. Galino also went out to talk to Cusimano.
Number 17, Ashley Melendez.
So 1 out, runners on the corners. Mercy has the infield up at the corners, back up the middle for a double play. And the pitch to Melendez is hit back to Cusimano. She flips to first. Looks the runner back. So good job there by Cusimano to look the runner back to third. Cedar heads down to second base, but that's the second out of the inning. So
number 21,
runners in scoring position now for Gianna Gatto. And Cusimano looking to get out of the huge jam here. And Gatto fouls the first pitch off. Gatto 0 for 2 so far today. And that one's hit on the ground to third. And Wooten throws across the diamond. And Cusimano works out of the 2-odd, nobody out jam. And the Mavericks are just 3 outs away now from their first ever ECC softball championship. We head to the bottom of the 6th with the score Mercy 1, LIU Post 0.
I started working in the family business after high school, but soon realized I wanted more. Then I transferred to Mercy College and everything changed. I learned from leaders of top global companies and was the CEO of a student business. With great career counseling,
I had internships at 2 Fortune 500 companies, one of which led to a full-time job.
Transferring to Mercy was the best decision of my life. I'm Anthony Sicaranza, class of 2015, and a full-time compensation and benefits analyst.
Heart of the order coming up here for the Mavericks in the bottom of the 6th as they look to add some insurance runs. They're just 3 outs away from their first ever ECC championship. And for the Pioneers, Katie Humhay looks to keep it at just a 1-run deficit for the Pioneers heading into their last at-bat. Scania Lemus leads things off and swings at the first pitch, fouls it away. Lemus is 0 for 2 on the day. Mercy only has 4 hits in the game. And the difference right now is the Morgan Lloyd RBI double back in the second inning. And the 0-1 from Humhay up high, evens the count at 1-1. And the 1-1. Ripped up the middle for a base hit. And that ball gets away from Travis in center field. Lemus is heading for second. And she is in there safe. Assuming that it will be scored a single and an error. But a runner on second base to start the inning here for Mercy.
The shortstop, number 41, Julie Gross.
Julie Gross steps to the plate. 0 for 2 in this game. 2 ground outs. See if she might move that runner over the third with a bunt. She does pull her hands up the bat and takes that first pitch for ball 1. Gross looks down to Mike Fazio for the signs. Now the Pioneers coming hard at the corners. Gross does square to bunt, pulls it back, and swings and hits it up the middle. And Fazio holds up Lemus at third base. But runners at the corners. Nobody out here for the Mavericks. We're going to have some sort of substitution. Looks like pinch runner for Julie Gross. Brianna Wheeler has come into the game to run for Gross.
Pinch running for the Mavericks at first base, number 13, Brianna Wheeler.
So Pioneers have the infield in, as they'll look to try to cut that runner down at the plate. And Cassidy Wooten, who's 1 for 2 on the day, scored the only run of the game so far. And the first pitch from Humhay is up high. And the 1-0 to Wooten is over the plate for strike 1. Wooten actually tried to call time. Wasn't granted by the umpire. So she might not have been ready to swing at that one. But a 1-1 count. And the pitch from Humhay is high. Runner's going. She gets in a rundown. And Laird looks her all the way back to first. So the Mavericks tried to maybe steal a run there. by getting the runner in the rundown between first and second. But a good job by the Pioneers to bring her back to first. So runner's still at the corner. 2-1 count now to Wooten. And 3-1 now. It might not be the worst thing for the Pioneers to have Wooten reach, as with the bases loaded, that would set up the force at the plate. But Humhay is one pitch away from walking the bases loaded. And that one's over the inside corner to run the count full. Humhay looking for the strikeout. And the payoff pitch to Wooten. Just missed off the inside corner. And she heads down to first with a walk. But that does set up the force at the plate. And Destiny Bullock is now hitting for the Mavericks. She heads down to speak to head coach Mike Fazio.
Number 3, Destiny Bullock.
Home plate umpire walks down to break up the meeting between Fazio and Bullock. And she's back in the box, ready to go here with the bases loaded. Bases loaded, nobody out. Mercy has a 1-0 lead and looking to extend that as they look to win their first ever ECC championship. And the first pitch to Bullock is high for ball 1. And the 1-0 is in there for strike 1. So the count's even at 1-1. Bullock taps it to short. Laird comes home. And a nice stretch by Cedar. Some in the Mercy dugout thought she might have come off the plate, but the ump says she held it. And 1 out now. Bases still loaded.
Number 22, Morgan Lloyd.
Morgan Lloyd up. She's the hero of the game so far for the Mavericks. Drove in the only run with an RBI double in the second. ECC Co-Player of the Year. Takes the first pitch for a ball. They checked to see if she swung. She did not. So 1-0 count. And that one is through for a hit, her third of the day. 1 run scores, and they hold Wooten at third. But another RBI hit for Morgan Lloyd. She's come up huge today for the Mavericks. They now lead 2-0, and the bases are still loaded with only 1 out.
The first baseman, number 33, Kendall Meeks.
So the Mavericks add an insurance run, are looking to add more, as Kendall Meeks is up with the bases loaded. And she swings through the first pitch from Humhay. There's a big hack there. Maybe looking for the grand slam. And the 0-1. Lifted into the infield. That's an infield fly. Ball's caught by Sneeden. So 2 outs now.
The catcher, number 5.
Base is still loaded, and Katie Galino up at the plate. Galino singled her last time up. And looks to add to the lead for Mercy. He's saying, I thought the umpire might have said foul ball, but he said hit by pitch. And that's another run in, an RBI hit by pitch for Galino. So another insurance run there for the Mavericks makes it a little bit harder for the Pioneers to attempt a comeback in the top of the 7th.
Number 50, Kaylee Stevens.
And Kaylee Stevens is up at the plate. She pinch hit for Erica Handegard in the 5th, struck out in her first at bat of the tournament. And she takes that one for strike 1. And the 0-1 from Humhay. Swung through by Stevens, so she's behind the count, 0-2. And the 0-2 to Stevens. High and away. Run the count to 1-2. And the 1-2. It's hit deep to left field. And that is gone. A grand slam for Kaylee Stevens. And Mercy leads 7-0. Huge home run for Kaylee Stevens. So even more insurance runs for the Mavericks. And one more run here this inning could actually end it with the 8-run rule.
Right fielder, number 17, Janelle Wade.
So this game has turned quickly. Mercy worked out of a jam in the top of the 6th, and a 1-run game turned into a 7-run deficit for LIU Post. And that one's over the inside corner for strike 1 to Wade. Mercy leads 7-0. That one's over the outer part of the plate. 0-2 count now to Wade. And she fouls that one back. Still 0-2 to Wade. That one's tapped to second base. McCoy flips underhand over to first to retire the side. But not before Mercy scores 6 runs to move their lead to 7-0. They are 3 outs away from their first ever ECC softball championship. We'll be right back to see if the Mavs can finish it off.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
LIU Post down to their final 3 outs. And Megan Sneeden leads things off here. Pioneers are going to need a pretty remarkable comeback. They trail 7-0 here after 6 runs in the bottom of the 6th for Mercy. And the first pitch to Sneeden is low and away for ball 1. Rain begins to fall again as we head to the 7th. And that one's in there for strike 1. Cusimano's shut out the Pioneers so far. She's only allowed 4 hits in 6 innings and struck out 7. That one just misses. 2-1 count now. And the 2-1. That one's over the outer part of the plate. 2-2 count. And the 2-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Mercy is now 2 outs away.
Shortstop, number 7, Alexandra Laird.
Alexandra Laird up to the plate for LIU Post. She's 1 for 2 on the day. Singled her last time up. And that one just misses on the outer part of the plate. One 0 count to Laird. Cusimano winds and deals. And that one's high. 2-0 count. And the 2-0. That one's low. It's a 3-0 count. Pioneers looking for any base runners they can. And that one's in there for a strike. So 3-1 count to Laird. And Laird thought that one was a little bit off the plate, but it's over the corner. It's a full count now. On the payoff pitch. Fouled in the box. So we'll stay right here for another full count pitch coming up. And the payoff. Hit to third. Wooten makes a leaping snag and fires across to Meeks for out number 2. So Mercy is 1 out away from their first ever ECC championship.
Center fielder, number 8, Claire Travis.
And Claire Travis steps to the plate for the Pioneers. That's in there for strike 1. And Cusimano winds, deals. That one's outside. 1-1 count. And the 1-1. Lifted in the air. And that one drops in for a single. So the Pioneers stay alive. But they'll need to mount quite a 2-out rally here. So they still trail 7-0. Not sure what's going on right now. Can't see down the right field corner. Looks like someone might have been shaken up down there. As you can see, looks like the trainer is out there taking a look. Wade is trying to run it off down in the corner. And she seems to be okay. So now Samantha Maroney up for the Pioneers. She has an infield single today. 1 for 2. And the first pitch to her is low for ball 1. That one's over the inner part of the plate for strike one, bringing the count even at 1-1. And the 1-1. Taps to short. Gross fires across. And in time, and for the first time ever, Mercy College are the ECC softball champions. What a run by the Mavericks. And what a run by the Pioneers to get to the final. But Mercy, for the first time ever, will get the ECC championship trophy. Folks, stick around. We're going to have the trophy presentation, and we'll talk to the most outstanding player of the tournament and Mercy head coach Mike Fazio. So stick around.
You doing pictures?
Fans, before we begin our presentation awards, we would like to congratulate ECC runner-up LIU Post Pioneers on a great 2017 season. At this time, please turn your attention to center field for the presentation of the championship trophy. Presenting the trophy is ECC Softball Sport Chair and Associate AD at LIU Post, Debbie Dijon, and ECC Commissioner, Dr. Robert Dranoff. With a record of 32-14, the 2017 East Coast Conference Softball Champions are the Mavericks of Mercy College. Would head coach Mike Fazio and the team captains please come up to accept the trophy? Fans, please turn your attention once again to the field for the presentation of the most outstanding player of the tournament trophy. This year's most outstanding player is Michele Cusimano from Mercy College.
Hold the camera out a little bit. Move the chair and bring it up as far. A little better. Am I centered?
You knew I lost this beyond belief.
Casey Rafferty here for the ECC. I'm joined by head coach Mike Fazio and the most outstanding player of the tournament, Michele Cusimano. Mercy wins their first ever ECC championship. How you feeling right now, Coach?
It was a very long day, and I'm feeling great.
When you first started here, this program wasn't among the best in the ECC. You've been here for 6-7 years now. You've made the playoffs before, but never gone this far. Through your years of being here, did you ever think that this would be possible?
We've been working hard and building towards it, and every year we try to get better. We go out and we recruit better, and we work harder. And it's just a growing. We're trying to grow the program, and I think we did what we intended to do.
Well, winning the ECC is definitely a good step in that building the program. You guys head to the NCAA tournament now. You've played a lot of the teams that are going to be in the bracket with you. How do you like your chances next week going forward?
I like this team. This team doesn't quit, and we've been many games. We've been down in the bottom of the seventh or in the seventh inning, and down 2, 3, 4 runs, and we come back and we hit. They don't quit, and I like their chances.
Great. Well, thank you very much. Congratulations. We'll bring in Michele now. Let's come on in. Michele, most outstanding player of the ECC tournament after a complete game shutout. How's it feel to win the ECC title?
It's undescribable. It really is.
As you can see, she's in tears here. She's so happy. We'll go back to the 6th inning. You have runners on first and third, nobody out. You worked out of the jam. What was going through your mind at that point?
And that just is to get an out. As soon as you get one out, the momentum changes and it goes more in your favor. I just knew that someone had to get an out, whether it was me, whether it was my infield, my outfield, just anywhere.
So I'll ask you now the same question that I asked your coach. You faced a lot of these teams that you'll be playing next week in the NCAA tournament. We don't know exactly who you're playing yet, but how do you like your chances next week?
I love our chances. With the team that we have and the way that we came and showed our character today and how much heart that we have for the game, I love our chances.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So for the first time ever, Mercy College are the ECC softball champions. That'll do it for us here in Dobbs Ferry for the ECC softball championship.